Hey, what's up? So today we'll be solving the CSES problem set, a movie festival from Sachin and Shorty. Okay. So let's see what problem is saying. Problem is saying that there is a movie festival happening. Okay. And let's say this is a movie. We have been given what starting point of this movie and the ending point of this movie when this movie is in, right? So these are the two things we have been given. And there are many movies like this. So let's say for the input, disk is given is 3, 3, 5, 4, 9, and the 5, 8, right? So it's saying like there is one movie which is starting at 3 and ending at the 5, similarly starting at the 4 and ending at the 9, starting at 5 and ending at the 8. And it is saying that you can only watch one movie at a time, right? If you are in the let's say 3 to 5 time, you cannot watch this second movie, as this second movie is starting at the 4, but your previous movie is ending at the 5. You cannot watch movie from the between, right? So this movie is ending at the 5 and this movie is starting at the 5, so you can by the question you can join this movie, right? So since this is ending at the 5 and this is starting at the 5, don't see it as a practical, see it as a theoretically. Yeah, you can watch like it's ending at the 5 and this is starting at the 5. So here you can see you can watch these two movies, right? So how to approach this problem? Let's see first this into the mathematical terms. Let's say we have been given this a1, a b1, a2, b2, a3, b3, a4, b4, and similarly like this, right? Where a1 is your starting point and b1 is the ending of your first movie, right? Okay. So I know like my this movie is going to end at the B1. So what I'm claiming is like any movie which is starting after this B1 is the movie we can watch. Okay. So we are saying any A, basically AI, which is basically greater than equal to B1. I'm claiming that that movie is watchable, right? So if any this, let's say this A3, if it is greater than equal to B1, then I can say yeah, this is watchable. But the problem is like A3 can be anything, or like A3 can be watchable, but A4 can't be watchable. Like A2 can be A2 can also be not watchable, and A5 is watchable. So how to make sure like we can have a pattern? So can I say that we can short this based on this first term, right? This thing. So if I claim if this is shorted, right? Can I claim that if A3 is watchable, then all the movie after A3 is watchable too, right? If you're watching this movie, right, and let's say I'm saying A3 is watchable after watching this movie, then all the movie after A3 and the A3 is the watchable too, right? For instance, let's say this was 1 3 and this was the 2 2 and 3 5 and similarly 5 7 whatsoever, or the 3 7 whatsoever. So I'm claiming is like any movie which is greater than 3 is equal to basically is watchable. So these movies are watchable, right? Since this is shorted, I'm claiming okay, if this is watchable, then all the movie afterwards are watchable. So that's we are doing, right? So we know like what movies are watchable and what movies are not watchable. So let's see how we can get the most optimal basically most optimal movie to watch, right? That is the very our question is asking, so that we can watch the maximum movies, right? So I'm saying that let's say B1, this first movie, what's let me clear it out, give me a second. Okay. So let's say this B1 was this movie was so large, like it started at 1 and end at the infinity, right? Or let's say it ends at the 100. So this 100 can be like something which is going beyond our array, right? So it's like no movie entirely inside this set is watchable if you watch this movie. Like it starts at the 1 and ends at the 100. So this puts you into the trouble that you cannot watch other movie. So there must be some movie, there can be some movie, not must, there can be some movie which is better than this one, like A2 can start at 1 and ends at let's say let's A2 start as 2 and ends at the 60, right? Or it's end at the 3. So this movie is better, right, than this one. Since this is ending at the 3, you can watch multiple movies, right? Our aim is to watch the multiple movies, maximum movies, right? So this A2, this second movie is better than the first one. So that's the thing. Now let's see the algorithm, how it's going to work. So we have A1, B1, A2, B2, A3, B3, and similarly A4, B4, and so on. So what I'm claiming is the very first movie we are surely going to watch, as it is the is starting very first, right? So we have the time to watch this one as this is starting very first. So I'm claiming okay, we are going to watch this movie, but we are not sure that we are going to watch it only, right? I mean is like this is in our to-do list. Like we are going to watch, but we have not started watching it yet. Okay. So I'm maintaining our to-do list. So I said, okay, A1, B1, we are going to watch. Now we just track this B1 when it's ending, right? It's ending at, let's say, some 100. It's ending at some 100 or some number is there. But what if you come to this after checking this movie timetable, you come to this movie, right? A2, B2. Now here A2, B2, you are going to check, hey, is my B1, is this A2, B2 is watchable? Like if I'm watching this very movie, is this watchable after watching this one? So you will say, like, if this is watchable, you will say, okay, my counter is +1, right? Because you have watched this movie too, and you are going to watch this movie too, right? So you are saying, okay, this movie is also watchable. What if this movie was not watchable, right? So if this movie was not watchable, you are going to check whether this movie, this very movie, is the more optimal than the my previous movie, right? So how to check whether this movie is more optimal than previous movie or not? Okay, so you are going to see, like, this B1 is ending at the 100. What if this B2 is ending before 100, right? If it is ending before 100, then this is our more better answer, right? So we are going to pick this one and we are going to reject this one, as you have to increase the counter. So this was there in your counter already, right? This very movie was there in your counter. But what happens is, like, there was some better movie, which is this one, right? uh, this one is better movie, right? So you are saying that I am rejecting this counter. Let's say your counter was 3, okay, and you are rejecting this movie and you are picking this movie, okay. So you are saying what, you said what, counter was 3, so you reduce it to 2. Now you again increase it to 3. So nothing changed in the counter. But if you will see, your end time of the movie reduced, right? B1 was much greater than B2, right? So let's see an example. It will be better to understand. Let's say if we have 1 3 1 9, let's say 1 9, 2 3 3 4 and 3 10. Oh, sorry, yeah, this much only. Okay, so you pick this movie in the to-do list, okay, and you said, okay, this movie is watchable. But if you watch this movie, you can't watch this one, you can't watch this one. But when you traverse here, you said your counter will become what, 1, when you pick this 1 9. Okay, so when you moved here at the 2 3, so you said, okay, this movie is ending sooner than this movie. So you reduce, you said you are not going to watch this movie, but you are going to watch this movie. So this has been reduced to 0 and again increased to 1, right? Okay, so our counter is maintained, but our this has reduced, right? Our this end time of the movie is reduced now. So you can watch now this movie too, right? So your counter will become 2, and that is the solution of our question. Okay, so if I will show you my answer, okay, you can see what I've taken a vector, right? Vector of pair, and this is what we have taken input and short based on the first element, right? After sorting, what we are checking is, like, the second element, whatever is the second element, which is our end time, we are taking it as the max. Like, what is the max end time we are having, right? So if our max is smaller, which is our current end time is smaller than what, the beginning of the current movie, whatever movie you are on, is, if it is smaller, then we are saying what, okay, this movie is watchable too, right? So we are updating our max to be that very max, so that the current movie end time will become our now new max. Okay, so that is one thing. Another thing is what, if that movie is not watchable, right? So what we are going to say is, okay, let's check this current movie end time. If it is smaller than my previous movie, then we are going to pick this movie as our, like, this movie as into the to-do list and remove the previous movie, and we are just iterating over, and that's very our answer. Okay, thanks for watching.